What's up, everyone? My name is Nosbisch, and I'm super excited to be here. I operate in the business world a lot, specifically in e-commerce and direct-to-consumer e-commerce brands, consumer packaged goods. I've had some success. I've helped brands scale all the way up to 15 million in annual sales. These days I work in the cannabis industry, specifically in advertising of cannabis and CBD products on social media. We've really figured out and cracked the code lately on how to advertise CBD and hemp products on Facebook and Instagram. And our company's blowing up, and it's really exciting. And I thought it'd be cool to capture it once it's all done, but I thought it'd be cooler to capture it while it's all happening. I've been wanting to do a YouTube channel for freaking ever. Back in the day when I was about 13 years old, I had a YouTube channel called iPod Touch Hacker. and we would essentially jailbreak our iPod Touches and teach people how to hack with them. We had 1 million views back then, and it was exciting, and I've been wanting to get back in the game since then. So I'm amped. I think this is gonna be kind of like a vlog-ish style video, kind of entertaining, kind of journey-esque, walking you through what it's like to build a company, what it's like to build a company in the cannabis industry, what it's like to kind of claim ownership of your life while building companies, how to be part of the full impact, full intensity entrepreneurship without burning yourself out. I hope to capture all that. I hope to learn a lot through communicating and teaching and sharing, and I hope to learn a lot from you guys. Let's get into it. There's so many freaking channels to watch on YouTube. Why the hell should you be watching this one? The answer is really simple. Action, man. Like action, action, action. People talk about manifestation. They talk about creating the realities that they want, and I take that stuff very seriously. I'm not a fan of restricted information, costly information. There's a lot on YouTube. There's a lot of BS. There's a lot of fluff, and I don't support it. I'm not about it. I think that value begets value. The way to get value is to give value, like 100%. I grew up in a Christian home, and there was a quote that I always heard about God and His blessings that He'd give to us, and the idea was that if your cup is full, you can't keep filling it up. There's no room for it to be filled up with new opportunities or new blessings. And so something I practice on a daily basis, and something that really just got like ingrained in my soul over the past 6 months, is the way to get more value out of life, the way to receive more blessings, the way to have your hands open to what the universe wants to provide and is conspiring for you, for your benefit, is to pour out the value that you have and give it to other people. Biggest goals in this is to not hold a bunch of value from you guys, not to say, hey, look at these opportunities that I have, but in fact to say, here's exactly what I did in order to create these different opportunities, or exactly what I'm doing today in order to create these opportunities, and teach you how to do it. I'm not gonna spend time here talking about just the opportunity and how beautiful life can be. I'm gonna literally show you. So let's talk about travel. It is a key piece of my life. My wife's a travel writer, and it is the coolest job. That is me having the coolest job being her husband, and it's pretty exciting. First off, what is going on with travel in my life? Essentially, back in college and even growing up, all I can remember is wanting to travel around the world. Luckily, I found a wife who felt the same way. She was a lot smarter than me, and thankfully, she graduated with a 4.0 and decided that she was going to create a career as a travel writer, and it worked out. She started as an intern for a magazine called Palm Beach Media Group, or Palm Beach Illustrated, and from there she started writing for a bunch of different outlets as a freelancer. Now she writes for Travel and Leisure and Lonely Planet and USA Today and Palm Beach Illustrated and many more. Led to a lot of cool opportunities where her and I have been able to travel around the world. We've been to 40 countries plus now, and 125, 150 cities or more. It's been awesome, and it's possible. You can do it. It's not just some crazy privilege that we were just gifted. It was a opportunity that we created. Now, of course, there's some privilege associated to it, but generally speaking, like, life is your oyster for you to create whatever you want with, and that's what she did, and that's what we do these days. Now, why travel? Isn't it just dangerous? Isn't it just like an opportunity for you to be vulnerable? Doesn't it throw you off of your routines and get you distracted from your goals? Hell no. In fact, it does the opposite. I think that travel is the deepest and richest educational experience that you could ever find. There is few things that will give you a paradigm shift in your reality like travel will. Every single time I hit the road, every time I open my eyes in a new place, I'm just open to the possibilities of the universe, of what could happen. One of my favorite things is to be traveling during like serious parts of my career or my business. I was in Thailand whenever one of the companies that I was the CMO of, Monk, was really blowing up. And I remember thinking to myself, what the hell? I'm in Thailand through this process. And I remember waking up just with a totally refreshed mind and spirit because of the location I was in, rather than being stuck in an office doing the same old and kind of wearing myself out. I remember being in Hong Kong and waking up at like 6 or 7 p.m. in the evening to start work, and which was 9 a.m. Eastern time whenever we were there. And I'd stay up all through the night. We'd close the curtains so we couldn't see that it was dark out, and just crank. And then the next morning we'd go have dinner at 9 a.m. at these breakfast joints. And at the time I drank, and so I would order a cocktail at 9 a.m. and the waitress would look at me like I'm nuts. But it's just invigorating. There was something so pure and special about being around the world and creating your dreams at the same time. There's something so inviting about getting yourself off of your normal routine and putting yourself in a new situation. Your senses are firing different. Your mind's firing different. You're doing things that you wouldn't normally do necessarily. You're thinking of ways that you wouldn't necessarily think of before. It invokes creativity that might not have existed. When this happens, and this all happens because of travel, you'll find yourself being able to create new opportunities that you didn't even realize. You'll find yourself happier. You'll find yourself not so frustrated at existence or the paradox of it. And one of the biggest things I think I've realized along my travel journeys lately is that you can be whoever you want to be whenever you want to be them or that person. There's no fixed way. There's no expectations. There's no clear path that specifically you need to be on and you need to follow. There is a journey of your heart and your soul that you need to pursue to understand who it is that you want to be, and to learn what actions need to be taken in order for you to create that. And when you wake up to that, life unfolds around you. I have a very simple formula. I think of it this way. If I want to get from point A to point B, first I have to determine where point B is. Second, I have to clarify what actions need to take between point A and point B, and then I need to have patience with myself. Very simple formula, but this is how you create anything you want in life. And I try to do this every day, and my friends, often it works out. I want you to know how to do this. I want you to know how to use the resources around you to create opportunities that might never have existed for you previously. You have the tools. You already have them. You have them within, and I'm excited for you to kind of experience them, use them, practice them, and learn from me doing so through this journey. There's a quote I really like, which is, time expands to the consciousness you bring to it. And I try to bring that consciousness to the time I have and the time that you're spending watching this video. I'd love for you guys to join this journey with me and learn and see how I go about being an internet entrepreneur, where I find success, how I find success. You know, there's the quote, success is rented, and rents due every day. And I take that very seriously, and I lean into it. I'm hoping that you'll join me on this journey as I kind of reveal to you and be vulnerable with you of exactly what I go through on a day-to-day basis, how I try to fully live life in every moment, how I have created an exceptional life in my opinion so far, and how you can do so too. The way of the good life should be available to everyone, and I don't have it all figured out by any means, but what I do have figured out, I'm going to share with you openly and freely. So remember, everything you want is right on the other side of your ability to imagine it. Take the time to think, to imagine, to visualize. Take the time to understand what it is you want, and then breathe in. And go create it. Thanks for watching, guys. This has been awesome, and it's just beginning. I hope you consider subscribing, liking the video, commenting. Let's start the conversation. Join us on this journey. It's gonna be fun, it's gonna be rad. Or a wink? Yeah. Does wink look cheesy? Does it?
It does.
Let's try it. Let's see what it is.
Like some type of.
I wink a lot. I actually do wink a lot, so that might be a thing. But I usually am like, good
Cheesy
seeing
might
you.
be good. Like
It might fit. Okay, let's try it.